Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A sunny end to the weekend. Andrew is tracking warmer temps and showers for the start of the work week.
A car suddenly speeds up before going off the road and straight into a Wendy's restaurant.
But first, a woman killed while crossing the street in Madison Heights. The driver who hit her never stopped, leaving her to die.
Yeah, she was hit by at least one car. This happened after midnight while she was crossing Concord Drive near 14 Mile. Jason Colthorpe is out there. He joins us now. Jason, are police then looking for more than one vehicle?
They are, Steve. They think what happened to Nadia Kassab here just behind me was that she got hit by a car once, and while she was laying in the road, another car hit her, neither of them stopping. And as you can see right next to the road there, a makeshift memorial forming now 18 hours after this happened. It is clearly a busy area, and this happened about 12:05 in the morning, so Saturday night traffic probably still very busy. But a young woman who lived just down the street and was well known and well liked.
They're speechless. They're shocked. It's such a shock. It's something you would never expect.
The family of Nadia Kassab are having a hard time dealing with the news that she was killed this morning while crossing Concord Drive just after midnight. Her cousin Marilyn Bahora says she was the kind of woman who was a friend to everyone.
Beautiful girl, loves family, loves family gatherings, loves to go out to eat. She was such a foodie, would go out to eat. I mean, she's just an amazing person, an amazing heart, never hurt anybody. She never hurt anyone.
Bahora is also struggling to understand how someone could hit her cousin and not stop, and another driver do the same thing while she was lying in the road.
If you're gonna crash somebody by accident, you know, don't feel afraid to go and step out the car and pick her up. You could have saved her. She could have been saved.
Kassab was 26 and lived in an apartment just down the street with her boyfriend. Police don't have much to go on, but say the original vehicle that hit her was black.
Whoever did this, please come forward, because she is a sister, she's a daughter, she's a friend. Please just come and just let us know what happened.
Yeah, you can understand how this family really wants closure. It was just heartbreaking talking to her. Another story she shared with us about her cousin Nadia was that she had anxiety, and when they would talk on the phone all the time about it, she would share her thoughts, and Nadia would say, you know, I'm scared. I'm afraid that I'm going to die. And she would calm her down. Her cousin would saying, it's okay, everything's fine. You're not going to die. And she's finding that really difficult to deal with right now, as well as police continue to investigate this. Steve.
God, it's so sad for that family. Jason, you mentioned it's a very busy area. Is there any reason to think that there might be surveillance video from some businesses around there?
There is, Steve, and that's good. The good news, but the bad news is it's not great right now. They're getting video right here from this liquor store, which is right in front of where it happened. The problem is it's dark out here at night, and when police look at it, we're told that the video shoots this way. You've got the accident, which is behind me here, and in the way is this delivery van, which was partially blocking their view. And again, as we say, very dark out here at the same time. So all they have to go on is a color of the vehicle, which is black. They're hoping someone can call police if they know anything.
Yeah, it's just hard to believe two people would do that, two hit-and-run drivers. Thank you, Jason.
Police believe a medical emergency caused a man to crash into a Wendy's in Warren. It happened at 9:30 this morning. Police say the 65-year-old was driving westbound on 12 Mile Road near Hayes when he suffered the medical emergency. After leaving the road, the car hit several traffic signs and a light pole before slamming into the fast food restaurant. He was taken to a local hospital where he later died. The Wendy's was closed at the time, so no one else was hurt.
All right, let's get a first look at the forecast. We did enjoy lots of sunshine today and even felt like it was getting warmer.
I know, it was gorgeous. Andrew, will we stay above freezing for the rest of the night?
Well, I tell you what, we have this influx of warm air. So for a lot of the metro area, you can see in our north zone, it's already at the freezing mark in Port Huron. But south of Hall Road and south of 8 Mile, we're still seeing that influx of warm air, keeping our temperatures above freezing. We saw low 40s today. 39 right now at Metro, but because winds are still out of the south and southeast, temperatures stay right about where they are. 39 currently at the airport. It may go down a few more notches at midnight, but when winds switch and come directly out of the south, It will keep temperatures in the middle and upper 30s throughout the rest of the night, at least through most of southeast Michigan. Now you can see on 4Live radar these bits of green that are showing up. Those are scattered sprinkles that are around to our west, out toward Lansing, also out toward Kalamazoo, and out toward Grand Rapids. As they move closer to us, we may see a few sprinkles by dawn, but nothing too serious. But more showers are on the way for tomorrow, along with higher temperatures. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things in the next few minutes. How warm it gets for tomorrow, and when we can expect some heavier rain. And of course, the third thing, your 7-day forecast. See if there are any more changes. Still talking about the possibility of snowflakes. Your full forecast just a few minutes away.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Well, a teenager recovering tonight after being hit and dragged in Hamtramck. Sean Lee joins us as police search for the driver involved.
Police are looking for a blue utility truck. Its driver suspected of running down a teen right here at the intersection of Joseph Campo and Caniff. It happened right before 8 o'clock here in Hamtramck. Let me show you some security video here. There are very few cameras at this intersection, but just before 8 last night, one camera does show a Michigan State Police SUV arriving, its lights then reflecting in a shop's windows. Now, right in the southbound lanes of Joseph Campo, we're told a male in his late teens was struck by that truck, and the driver kept going, dragging the teen. The area is well lit with new street lamps, and it appears the teen was in or very close to the intersection.
Do cars fly through here? Cars fly through all parts of Detroit and lots of places, to be honest. I mean, bad drivers aren't just indicative of Detroit, but it's like all over. Here's more of a description of the truck that police are looking for. We're told it's a blue utility truck with yellow lettering on the side. It also has a small light bar. In Hamtramck, Sean Lay, Local 4.
A 24-year-old man from Southfield has some real trouble with the law after allegedly ramming into police cars. Last night at about 10 o'clock, state troopers tried to pull over a Ford Focus for speeding on the Davison. When the driver saw the police lights, he took off. Hamtramck police joined the pursuit. 2 patrol cars were damaged when that runaway driver rammed into them. The driver scuffled with troopers, but he was taken into custody. Nobody got hurt.
Well, still ahead, a community vows to rebuild after a fire destroys their church.
Yeah, the pastor has an emotional message for his congregation today after yesterday's fire took everything.
And a man shot in his own driveway by a masked man. What the attacker said that has police investigating the shooting as a hate crime.
And more early morning tweets from President Trump. Yesterday it was accusations. Today he calls for a congressional investigation of former President Obama. We'll hear reaction from lawmakers from both parties.
President Trump says he wants a congressional investigation to follow his allegations that the Obama administration wiretapped Trump Tower during the last stages of the presidential campaign.
Members of the Senate Intelligence Committee say that yesterday's tweets were really the first they heard anything about the allegations. Jennifer Johnson joins us from Washington with reaction from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle.
Another working weekend for President Trump at his Florida golf club as a firestorm brews in Washington over 5 of his tweets Saturday, accusing President Obama of wiretapping Trump Tower near the end of the 2016 campaign. One said, "How low has President Obama gone to tap my phones? This is Nixon, Watergate, bad or sick guy." The former head of national intelligence denies it happened.
There was no such wiretap activity mounted against the president-elect at the time, or as a candidate, or against his campaign.
But the White House wants a congressional investigation.
If it is, this is the greatest overreach and the greatest abuse of power that I think we've ever seen, and a huge attack on democracy itself.
Former Obama administration officials say the tweets divert attention away from accusations that Attorney General Jeff Sessions and others had contact with Russian officials during the campaign. One called it a page out of the Trump crisis management playbook.
That is simply to tweet or say something outrageous to distract from the scandal. And the bigger the scandal, the more outrageous the tweet.
Republicans on the Senate Intelligence Committee say this is the first time they've heard of it.
I've never heard that allegation made before by anybody. I've never seen anything about that anywhere before.
The House Intelligence Committee chair says that panel will investigate the president's allegations. On Monday, the president is expected to sign his revised travel ban, replacing his January 27th executive order, which didn't hold up in court. In Washington, Jennifer Johnson, Local 4.
And in Washington state, the FBI investigating a possible hate crime. On Friday, a 39-year-old Sikh man was working on his car in his driveway in a suburb of Seattle. That's when a man walked up holding a gun. There was an altercation, and the gunman said, quote, "Go back to your country," before pulling the trigger. Police are investigating the shooting as a suspected hate crime. The victim was shot in the arm and is expected to be okay. The gunman still on the loose.
New at 6.
A congregation coming together just 24 hours after losing their church in a massive fire. That's next.
I'm Sue. 1, 2, 3, go blue! They fought on the field for their letter, never realizing the real fight would be off the field and last more than 40 years.
I represent in Michigan. I played for Michigan. I deserve the same Block M.
But in the 70s, most of the university thought only men deserve varsity letters, which is why these women fought valiantly to change that, going up against the biggest names in Wolverine history.
We are equal. We spent thousands of hours here, and a Michigan M is a Michigan M.
How a jacket became so much more than a jacket. Let me introduce you to the Jacket Gals, tonight at 11.
A day after their church burned to the ground, parishioners of Bridgeport Church gathered for their regular Sunday worship. The Monroe County Church was fully engulfed in flames on Saturday, but that didn't stop parishioners from gathering for Sunday service. They met at Bedford High School. The church's pastor says while the fire destroyed the congregation's physical church, their spiritual strength has never been stronger.
Good morning. And you know why it's a good morning? Because we woke up. Because God gave us another day. Because God still had Jesus Christ go on the cross to die for our sins. It's a good day.
Gotta like that attitude. Firefighters were still at the scene of the church today working to put out remaining hot spots. That building is expected to be a total loss.
This week, Local 4's Help Me Hank, the Defenders, and Dr. Frank McGeorge are teaming up for a 1-hour special focused on Flint. We're examining any progress made, the challenges the community still faces, the latest on the investigation, and how all Michigan children could benefit from what happened in Flint. Join Devin Skillian and Kimberly Gill for Failure in Flint. The crisis continues next Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Local 4.
Nice day today, lots of sunshine. Feels like we're getting a little warmer.
Yeah, it does. It was beautiful out there today.
That's right. We still have warm air that's flowing in. Now that's going to balance out with it getting darker later tonight. So it stays just about as chilly as it actually is. Not much colder from where temps are now. And today, we made it up to 41 degrees. Made it back to an average high for today. How about that? 24 the low temperature this morning, close to the average of 25. Now tonight, we're seeing temperatures that will be right about where they are right now. What that means for the metro zone is temperatures hanging in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees by dawn tomorrow. In our south zone, south of Michigan Avenue, with warmer air flowing in from the south, temperatures may actually rise by dawn into the low, even middle 40s. West zone, areas a little bit farther north, a little bit chillier, like around 39 in Clarkston, but temperatures down to the upper 30s, low 40s in places like Ann Arbor. And north of Hall Road, that's where some of the chillier spots will be, so temperatures in the 30s overnight, but you're already seeing temperatures right now in the middle and low 30s, so those temps may even rise by dawn too. 39 degrees currently, but it feels like freezing. And you notice for the week, during the day, not at night, high temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees through Tuesday. It gets chillier the rest of the week, but at or above average through Friday. Right now we're looking at temps in the 30s. Now it's colder to our north. Along Hall Road and northward, 32, 33 degrees. South of Hall Road, a little bit milder. I'm not talking about t-shirt weather. You still need a jacket, but still. 37 to 39 right now from Royal Oak down to the Belleville area. And winds right now running at around 10 to 15 miles per hour, so it feels like it's around freezing or lower. So if you're going out to dinner tonight, a show or both, dress for temps like this. 32 degrees or less, even in the 20s up until midnight. Notice high temperatures made up to 60 degrees in Chicago, 68 in Indianapolis. That's an example of some of the warmer air that's flowing in. In our skies, this is a look at the latest computer model. By morning, I think we might see some scattered sprinkles or light rain. So plan on some wet conditions for tomorrow morning's commute. The better chance of any more widespread showers comes not during the afternoon. You can see for the start of the afternoon commute, it'll be drier. But by tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, we have this cold front on the way. So count on heavier showers tomorrow night and into Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning is going to be wetter, but then dryness quickly comes back by Tuesday afternoon. So let's recap, shall we? Temperatures staying right about where they are. 38 here in town, but remember, those wind chills will be in the low 30s and upper 20s overnight. Sunset is at 6:28, less than about 10 or 15 minutes from now. We're looking at 52 degrees by noontime tomorrow, upper 50s, 57 to 58 degrees, a few sprinkles in the morning, better chance of rain by Monday night and Tuesday morning. In fact, Tuesday morning, there might even be an odd thunderstorm or two when you wake up on that day. But Tuesday afternoon, a high still around 60. After that, it gets a little bit chillier, but again, back to around average or a bit more. Low 40s, a bit blustery on Wednesday, middle and upper 40s on Thursday and Friday. It is still winter after all, so we have another storm system on the way, and it could be chilly enough, especially at nighttime hours, where we'll see raindrops, but also mixing with a few snowflakes. That's Friday into early Saturday.
No, we reject that premise.
Yes, we do.
It's not still winter.
Well, yeah, it's a valid argument because that could change as we go over these next few days.
Give me credit for that. That's not a valid argument at all. But it is the season when baseball starts to creep